It's such a beautiful day today. I'd kill for a Starbucks Frappuccino right about now.
Hi everyone, it's Scott here from That's English School. 何か欲しいものがあるとき、何かやりたいことがあるとき、want ばっかり使ってませんか？ちょっとつまらないですね。はい、わかりました。あなたの英語をもっと面白くしましょう。今回は want の代わり7つの素晴らしい言い方を紹介します。例えばこんな使い方。
My wife is itching for me to get a transfer, somewhere safer, somewhere with less risk. But I'm not up for it.
さっきの英語、聞き取れなかったら大丈夫です。ちゃんと解説しますよ。もちろん今回のフレーズは want と want to どちらも使うことができます。今から英語でレッスンをしますね。So let's get the ball rolling with the first point. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please show your support by doing so. Thank you. The first one is I'm up for. So this means you want something or when you want to do something. Let's see how it's used with a noun. I'm up for some Thai food. So basically, you want some Thai food. You want to eat some Thai food. I'm up for some Thai food. Who's up for a few beers after work? You're asking who wants to come for a few drinks. Who's up for a few drinks? Okay, let's see how it's used with a verb. So we always use the present progressive tense with this one, which is basically ing. I'm up for going out tonight. So you want to go out and have some fun. He's always up for playing a round of golf. Always up means he'll play anytime, anywhere, with anybody. He's always up for a game of golf. Actually, funny as it may seem, when you're agreeing to do something like this, you can also use down for. You want to play basketball after work? I'm down for that. Count me in. So up and down. Yeah, it's kind of confusing. Number 2 is itching for. When you're itching for something, it means you can't wait. You're impatient about getting or doing something. Let's use it with a noun. I'm itching for a beer. I really want a beer. I'm itching for a beer. He's itching for the new iPhone. He wants to get the new iPhone so much, he can't wait. Okay, let's see how it's used with a verb. So when we use itching with a verb, you have to use itching to plus the base verb. I'm itching to go and see the new Avengers movie. Actually, I'm not such a big fan of the Avengers series. I'm itching to try out my new running shoes. There's no better feeling than a nice, fresh, new pair of running shoes. I'm always itching to try them out.
How do you like being a member of the SWAT team? Well, I've been chief now of this team for 6 years now. And, it's who I am. I love my job. My wife is itching for me to get a transfer, somewhere safer, somewhere with less risk. But I'm not up for it. I don't really fancy moving on at this stage in my career. Anyway, I'm not really in the mood to talk about this right now. We've got work to do. You guys ready?
Sir, yes, sir!
Stay close after me.
The third one is I'm in the mood for. So you use this phrase when you're talking about how you feel at that time. Let's use it with a noun. I'm in the mood for a sandwich. So this phrase is often used when talking about food or drink. I'm not in the mood for Chinese food today. Okay, here's an important point. This phrase is very often used in the negative form. I'm not in the mood for. Let's see how it's used with a verb. So when we use it with a verb, we have to use I'm in the mood for plus the present progressive ing verb. I'm in the mood for relaxing at home. You know, one of those days when you just don't want to go out. I'm not in the mood for studying English. Do you ever have days like these? I'm sure you do. We're all just human after all. So the expression I'm in the mood for is often used in songs. There's a lot of songs which have it in the title. Some of my favorites are these. I'm in the mood for love. So this song was actually written in 1935, a really long time ago, and it was performed by Frances Langford. But actually, Billie Eilish, I'm sure you've heard of her, Billie Eilish did a really good version of this recently, and I'll put a link in the description. And how can we forget I'm in the Mood for Dancing by the Nolan Sisters back in 1975. Oh, this is a cracker, this one. I'm in the mood for dancing. It's time for a pop quiz. Okay, here's the question. My social life is really important to me. I'm always up for something something with my friends. And the choices are A, go out. B, to go out. C, going out. D, went out. And the correct answer is C, going out, because we always use up for plus an ing verb. The fourth one is I really fancy. So this is a British English expression and it's used a lot in the UK. Ah, look at this red London bus. Smashing. Oh, and here is good old Tower Bridge. How lovely. I made an entire video on the word fancy. Please watch it if you have time. Okay, now let's see how it's used with nouns. I really fancy some telly and a cup of tea tonight. In British English, the telly just means the television. Let's watch telly. I really fancy a nice, long, hot bath. You can use this expression when you are completely exhausted. Okay, now, when we're using fancy with verbs, we have to use it with the present progressive, which is ing. I fancy plus ing. I really fancy taking a walk in the park today. In this case, the verb is taking. I fancy taking a walk. It's also popular to use fancy in the negative form. We would say, I don't fancy. I don't fancy living in Tokyo. It's too crowded. But it is such an exciting place to go for fun.
Woo, it's a hot one, yeah. We've been in Japan now for 10 days, 10 whole days, and we just love your country. Hey, Barbara Jane, get over here. Talk to these nice people. We've been having ourselves a few communication problems. Yeah, I really could do with a translator, you know, like a real person, but we've just been using our phones. Listen to this. Does this sound okay? I'm in the mood for kicking back with a few cold ones.
冷たいチキンを何個か食べたい気分です。
Does that sound okay? I'm not sure. Nobody seems to understand what I want to do. Hey, Barbara Jane, let's go get a few cold ones. See you later.
The fifth one is I'd kill for. So this is such a great expression. It means you would do anything to be able to get or do something. It sounds terrible, but it's a really normal way to speak. This is how we use it with nouns. I'd kill for a pair of shoes like those. You really, really, really want those shoes. I'd kill for a sit down. I've been in my feet all day. This phrase really tells us how tired this person must be. So when we're using it with verbs, we have to use I'd kill plus to and then the base verb. She'd kill to meet her favorite movie star. This means she would do anything to meet her favorite star. But don't worry, it's not about killing, it's just an expression. I'd kill to have a full head of hair again. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, do you? The sixth one is, I could really do with. So this is an interesting one, but it's a bit trickier than the previous ones. It's closer to need rather than want. Like, if I don't have it, something bad's going to happen. Let's see how it's used with some nouns. I could really do with a holiday. This means I really need a holiday. If I take some time off, it would be good for my physical and mental health. I could really do with some help. So if you're having trouble doing something by yourself, this is a really nice way of asking for help. So let's see how this is used with verbs. So we use I could do with plus an ing verb. I could really do with losing some weight. So for the benefit of my health, it would be good for me. I could do with getting my house painted. If my house isn't painted, it's not good for the house. Woohoo! Pop quiz. Okay, so here's the second question. I'm so unbelievably thirsty. I'd kill something something a nice cold drink right now. And the choices are A, 2, B, 4, C, with, and D, at. And the answer is B, 4. I'd kill for a nice cold drink right now. The seventh one is I feel like. So this is similar to I'm in the mood for. It's really easy to use and is of course a very natural way to speak English. Let's see how it's used with some nouns. I feel like pizza tonight. Let's call for a delivery. I feel like is often used for food and drink. I don't feel like work today. I'm calling in sick. In this case, work is being used as a noun. So let's see how it's used with some verbs. So this is the structure. We say, I feel like plus an ing verb. I don't feel like cooking. Let's eat out instead. So this is also a popular one to use in the negative form. I don't feel like ing. I felt like screaming. I was so mad at my son. We've all been there. I felt like screaming. It's homework time. Are you guys ready for a wee bit of homework? I hope so. So I'm going to give you a Japanese sentence. I want you to change it into English using the language we learned in the lesson today. Okay? So today's sentence is this. 今夜はあんまりでかくない気分だな。家でゆっくりしよう。Okay? So, この答えをね、コメント欄のところに、書いてね。後でチェックしますので。Okay, everybody? Good luck! If you enjoyed this video, please click over here and you can improve your English even more by learning about how to use will in a natural way. Okay? I'll see you over there.